And introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 61 kilograms and trains under Khan Usmek and Dion Douglas out of XFC Nari Warren. Making his pro debut tonight inside the Eternal Cage, fighting out of Gunzi, Afghanistan by way of Melbourne, Australia. This is Jawad Rajabi! And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 61.7 kilograms and trains under Luke Pizzuti out of Lions Den Academy with an undefeated professional record, 1 win, no losses, fighting out of Sydney, Australia. Make some noise for Kristopher Ustijanovski! And when our action begins, our referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Thomas Churchill in charge of this one, our second professional bout on our preliminary card here at Eternal 86. Here we go. Rajabi in the blue, Ustijanovski fighting out of the red corner, proper number 12 Irish whiskey. We thank you for bringing us this matchup here tonight.
And look for the jab of Ustijanovski. It's an excellent tool that he uses to set up that right hand, which is the Macedonian hammer. And there's Rajabi getting it on the legs early. I thought he might. He's got great grappling. All the XFC guys do. And now chest to chest with Ustijanovski up against the cage to open this one up.
Great start for Rajabi. He knows he needs to tax the muscles of Ustijanovski to take away that O that, well, Chris doesn't want to go here this evening, Matt. A wealth of experience for Rajabi inside the cage, 5-3, and yet still so young.
Yeah, so young. He's got the world at his feet. Both these young gentlemen do. Chris Ustijanovski at a line stand there, really well scored up against the fence. One of the oldest trainers, longest standing trainers in the game. Not the oldest, my apologies, Luke, if you don't mind. Don't come after me. Chest to chest now is Chris Ustijanovski. Good, strong position. Looks like he might have double underhooks too. So he might look to take this one to the ground shortly. Content just to slam a couple hard knees to soften up the mid-drift of Rajabi. Not a bad way to open up the first round, just to settle the nerves a little bit, make your opponent carry your weight up against the fence. Remember, it was Rajabi who initiated this exchange too to begin with, so tides are turned early on.
Well, it's good for us, Matt. We can get a break as well, because this prelim card has been nothing but explosive from the first second, thanks to Alexis Roger.
Oh, it's been crazy. Alexis Roger, that big overhand right that was shut out the lights. We got Kelly Tate. We had a shoulder lock from Scarfire. We had a ninja choke, the no mercy choke, if you don't mind, from Percy.
I think you may have to pull it off just a few more times than once to have a choke named after you. Oh my!
Neutral. Hey,
you heard that one.
Hey, over here.
Definitely heard that one.
Yeah, there's a strong connection. There's a strong connection. And he might need
Take your time,
a couple,
man. You got
of
5 minutes, okay?
couple of minutes in this official timeout to recover. Rajabi just trying to kick inside the leg in that open stance. He kicks a lot from southpaw and kicks really hard from the open stance. Good creative kicking game.
Well, he seems to be okay, does Mr. Ustijanovski. Doesn't need the allocated 5 minutes to which he's entitled to. Stern warning from Thomas Churchill. Nonetheless, I think that one entirely accidental, man.
It's just one of these things that happens when you... Both boys have got a big, long, wide stance, and there's a crisp right hand from the Macedonian hammer.
Down goes Rajabi, and he's got a front choke here. Rajabi's got a fight. Ustijanovski sending Jawad to the canvas.
He timed that beautifully. Just as he stepped in, Rajabi just found his head on the straight line, and the Macedonian hammer found a home and sent him sprawling on the mat. But Rajabi doing a great job to recover here, finding some time up against the cage. And halfway through this round.
3 minutes on the clock in round one. This one's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. eternal bantamweight division.
Strong underhook on the left side. Needs to readjust if he wants to start attacking from this position, does the Macedonian hammer. Hammer fist to the thigh. Bit of the old school. We've had it all tonight. Scarf holds, then we've got the hammer fist to the thigh. Maybe the foot stomps are next.
Well, let's find out. And I mean, those techniques, Matt, you talk about them that they may not be hurting you, but they certainly attract your attention. If you don't address them, then it can certainly set you up for another phase within the clinch.
Yeah, for sure. As we see now, it's a deep left underhook from Rajabi, looking to drive in, strong whizzer.
Yes.
Preventing him progressing any further from the Macedonian hammer. He was using his left knee there, Rajabi, just to wedge in between the legs. He's pulled it out now, and reinserts it just to stop the lateral movement of Ustijanovski. A lot of guys these days are choosing to do their cage work up in the corner of these hexagons, so where there's a bit more of an acute angle and it stops the lateral movement. So some clever positioning there. Position reverse now, T.
Your analysis is always appreciated, Matt Williams. I had absolutely no idea that that acute angle had such an impact on decision-making when it comes to wall work. Ustijanovski doing a good job at maintaining control here. Shot from Rajabi, unsuccessful.
When these two separate, I reckon it's in such a close round, I'd like to see a little bit of work on the inside, although there was that big moment, of course, where Ustijanovski landed the punch and dropped Rajabi to the ground. So I think then Rajabi needs to get some separation and throw a couple of bombs. We hear the clappers go, but there was some injury time in there too, I believe, an official timeout for the low kick. So,
well, the bell goes at all. We'll see you in Perth, and we're going to bring things back to the Gold Coast round 2 underway.
Rajabi looks like he's had a fire lit underneath him in between rounds. Not literally, no need to be alarmed if Rajabi's family's watching. He's not on fire as he lands a good straight left hand. They had a little bit of heat on it though. Ustijanovski pressing forward. And there he is, that's a good timing. And on the single leg, we use that to transition to the cage, but not after wearing a couple short right hands from the Macedonian hammer.
Beautiful.
So might look to draw that single leg off and switch to the double, because it's not in a great position now with the left leg for Ustijanovski framing across the thighs. Just create a little bit of space. So he does. He elects to go back, try and pursue the body lock. Hands almost together. Good head position though for the Macedonian hammer.
He's just got all the answers defensively, doesn't he, Matt?
Yeah, so well drilled, those boys. They always wrestle well off the cage, the Lions Den team. Now pushing down on the bicep and a right elbow over the top. We know those elbows are mean, as does James Sargentson. It was the incredible finish on debut with the elbows up against the cage. They got him in the winning column, and there's another one over the top for the Macedonian hammer. Marching forward now, faking. Rajabi trying to peel off, find some space where he can get those feet working once more. And it's, what a punch, just leaped in with the right hook and sent Ustijanovski stumbling, and he's in a great position to attack now with the back exposure up against the face, right in front of the Lions Den corner.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, just miscalculates there. Oh, and it's bad news bears now. He ends up with the Macedonian hammer on top. Scramble between the boys, but he'll end up in full mount with his legs grapevine tee.
Well, he's got dropped momentarily. That switch, it was almost a switch hook that Rajabi threw. I'd like to see that on replay during the break, but you'll find that Ustijanovski is getting to work in mount. Great scramble. Oh, he's got to be careful there.
Yeah, Macedonian thought he was down on the soccer pitch there. He was whistled by the nose of Rajabi. And this will probably suit Rajabi, I think, just a minute to try and find some space, frame on the hips with the feet and get us back to the fence. But the referee does the job for them, and these two will reset with 2 minutes 15 left on the clock.
Just under halfway remaining in round number 2 here at Eternal 86. Once again, tonight's main event features the young, hungry Lion in Lachlan Stitt taking on the veteran and John Vaquer. Only one man will lead the Southport Sharks crowned the new eternal welterweight champion. Head on over to UFCFightPass.com and sign up today. Action continues. A few air swings for Ustijanovski. That one found its mark. And Rajabi retreating up against the cage. And you can see there, Chris is finding a home for those hands. Rajabi looks hurt. He shoots out of desperation. And with 90 seconds left, Chris Ustijanovski is opening up here in this bout.
Yeah, Rajabi needs something here. He needs some time and space to regain his composure because he's got the Macedonian hammer on top of him looking to rain some down. And he was really buzzed. He looked like he was having some problems with his eye as well. That stiff right hand of Ustijanovski really got his attention. Now looking to threaten with the Das is Ustijanovski. Hasn't quite got the angle for it. Might end up back in full guard. Rajabi trying to call him and say, come in here, mate. The water's warm. And this fight will start back on the feet, where Chris Ustijanovski's had some real success in round number 2.
Well, this is what the crowd came to see. It was a slow start in round 1. Chris Ustijanovski taking the wheel in round 2 with just over 30 seconds remaining. We'll see if he can put a stamp on this one. Great round for Chris thus far.
It's a great round, man. One thing about these Afghani boys, they're tough as anything.
Absolutely.
And it looks like his eyes are clear now. Rajabi, he can just about kiss this round goodbye unless he lands something good. Now with 15 seconds to go.
Well, that overhand left was nice to the body now. You heard that one. No effect for Rajabi. Kick blocked effectively by Ustijanovski. Round 3 incoming. Matt Williams, great round on the Gold Coast. The winner will fight at Eternal 87 and be crowned Eternal Featherweight Champion alongside $5,000 in prize money, Matt Williams.
If you don't mind. Sure. Far out.
Considering the cost of living here in this country, it would go a long way for the winner of that tournament. Round 3 continues here on the GC.
Look at that. It's a beautiful left hook to a straight right cross combination from Ustijanovski. Goes back upstairs with the right foot. He's looking like he's on here in the 3rd round. Is the Macedonian boy from Lions Den. What can Rajabi find now to stop the rampaging Macedonian?
Here he comes, that shot to the liver. He is seeing everything, is Ustijanovski, and if it's not his official nickname, it is after tonight. The Macedonian hammer again to the body. He's looking fantastic, Matt.
Yeah, Rajabi, I think he's in a bit of trouble here. He's taking some real damage to the body, courtesy of those kicks and those knees. Tries to return favour and steps through, shifting with a left cross. And look at that, just shucks him off onto the ground. Does Ustijanovski, having none of that.
There was almost a bit of arrogance in that shrug. He said, we're not doing that in round 3. And he'll stay within range here. No, he will let him up, and why wouldn't you? Having a lot of success on the feet. Center cage, rather, for Chris now.
You think Rajabi at the moment is trying to load up a little bit too much as he eats one straight to the cranium, but now ends up in a front headlock position. Can he get something going here? Transitions deep onto a single leg. Ustijanovski doing well to fight the wrist. Double body lock now from Rajabi. Made a miscalculation round 2, and it might be better to go to some more conventional type takedowns. 3 minutes to go. He's got a great back control system when he gets there, does the Afghani fighter.
Again, defensively sound would probably be the best way to describe Chris Ustijanovski. Rajabi, even though he had most of the control in round 1, he couldn't do anything with it. In round 3, he's having no luck either.
Yeah, and he just ate an elbow for his trouble, and that might be quite depleting of his confidence there. He threw everything for that takedown attempt, and as Ustijanovski peeled off, he just landed a really good hard elbow on the break, and here's some good work, shoe shining, the Afghani warrior.
Just over 2 minutes remaining on our clock in round 3. To the liver once again, just gliding out of range so beautifully is Ustijanovski. He is stringing it all together in the final 2 minutes of the final round. Rajabi Needs a miracle.
Yeah, he needs something. I was just saying before, I feel like he's just loading up a little bit. If he could just go to trying to touch Chris Ustijanovski and then try and bring the big punch in on the second phase, I think he might have some more success, but starting to look really tired. Those big kicks have started to take a toll to the body. And there's a good front kick from Ustijanovski, just siphoning the gas tank, draining everything left in the XFC fighter from Melbourne. What can he find late now?
90 seconds on the clock. Ustijanovski to the body again. That liver shot looks like it's hurt Rajabi. He is out off his feet here, but he is still standing. He's got to defend himself. Ustijanovski teeing off on Rajabi. Thomas Churchill letting him fight out of it. My goodness, what more is it going to take, Matt?
Yeah, that was a big moment. I told you these boys are tough. There's Rajabi now with 1 minute. This is probably his best shot. Needs a Hail Mary here. He's got Ustijanovski in his full guard. He beckoned him on early in the first. He called him on in the second. And now in the third round, he has his opportunity, but the eyes are glazed over. The face is bloody. He's taken some real damage in this third round. Is there anyone at home? He just takes a moment to recompose. Now looking to go to a high guard. Looking to creep those legs up the top to control the posture of Ustijanovski. Hand fighting on the inside. Here comes the big elbow from Ustijanovski. He's done so much damage with that earlier on in the fight. Inside position now. Needs to unlock the legs. Does Rajabi, and he does. But didn't control the posture, which allows Ustijanovski to spinning elbow from guard, if you don't mind.
Have you ever seen that before? And with 10 seconds remaining on the clock, Chris Ustijanovski knows he is moments away from victory here at Eternal 86, the Macedonian Hammer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges score this fight 30-27 for your winner via unanimous decision in the red corner, Kristopher Ustijanovski.